what's up? It's time for more Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Last episode, was it the previous episode? I think it was the very previous episode that was probably one of my favorite of the series so far. It was the one with Mustang killing Lust, right? And that was so good. I'm so happy with that episode, and I'm really excited to jump into these episodes to see how this story is going to progress. If we've actually lost Lust for good, it's very sad. No more Laura Bailey in our show, which is very, very sad. But who knows? Maybe she's still around. Maybe they can remake her. Although I kind of don't want them to remake her, because then, like, then it takes away from Mustang's really cool achievement. So, like, from a story perspective, I want Lust to not be in the show anymore. From a huge Laura Bailey fan perspective, I want her to still be in the show. Can't they just, like, cast her as someone else? I don't know. Just introduce a new character that's, like, very similar to Lust, and that is just voiced by Laura Bailey again. Anyway, let's jump into the episode. Support the channel and support the video if you can. All of your support helps and helps me to be able to keep doing these videos. So liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel, checking out some other videos on the channel immediately after this one, all that stuff helps me out so much more than you know, because I'm a small channel, so it helps me out a lot. And my Patreon account is in the description below if you want to support me even more, and also get access to not only the full-length versions of these reactions, but early access, which means you can get the next bunch of episodes on my Patreon account right now. I don't know exactly how many. If I had to guess, it'd probably be like 8 episodes ahead, but I really don't know. Go check it out in the description below. Anyway, let's jump into this Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 20. This song's growing on me a lot. I really like it now. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. I forgot.
You tried human transmutation.
Yes, Dad, I did.
What makes you think you can show up like this?
Tell me, Edward, what possessed you to burn down my home?
Oh, your home, not our
What happened?
home.
We vowed to never turn back.
You were hiding the memory
Oh,
and thought you could erase the memory by destroying the evidence.
oh, jeez.
You ran away, and you know it.
Well, this is not a great reunion, Dad.
He's exactly like I was when I was his age.
Father before the grave. He doesn't like
You
him.
haven't changed in the slightest, and you look exactly the same.
Oh, there might be a reason for that.
The life form my sons transmuted. Are you positive that it was Trisha?
Huh?
Did you notice the eye color or the hair color?
Surely that wasn't even visible.
What are you telling me that wasn't even Trisha?
Who was it then?
You're saying that thing they created wasn't even their mother?
What does
You
that
don't
mean?
sleep or eat?
The body will eventually reject it.
Oh, Winry.
Tomorrow.
If it's about to give out on you, couldn't you just transfer your soul into some other object?
Well, it'd probably be
'Cause
expensive.
if that's the case, it sounds like a great deal to me.
No, it isn't! I don't know what you're talking about!
I love how Winry stands up for them so much. She's such a good friend.
Winry?
And she'd make a good partner, Edward, if you're looking for anyone.
You know, you and brother always gotta be the first to explode. I never get the chance to be the one to get mad.
You've gotten mad a couple times.
I don't think this body will let me.
Oh.
Oh,
That's so sad. I don't know why.
Tell me you're gonna get your body back. Okay?
I think Winry just wants your body back so she can give you a proper hug.
It's true. You and I are exactly the same.
Oh, fuck off.
Accept it, Edward.
Your father's about to head out.
There's so much trauma in this show. For the characters and then for me, that
This
they
one.
transfer it
Do
to
you mind
me.
if I keep it? Something terrible is going to happen in this country soon.
Mm-hmm.
You should escape while you can.
This country's
Shit.
lousy with terrible things, and I can't leave.
I've given you my warning.
Oh my god. So ominous.
Hey,
He's gonna
Hohenheim,
destroy the country.
I wish I could, Pinocchio. It's too bad I won't get to enjoy your cooking anymore.
He's so freaky. He's gonna fuck things up. She's fucking pissed. What are they gonna? They're digging something up?
You're not really gonna dig it up, are you?
Are they digging up what they made? That
Why don't we
creature?
go back?
What? The old lady's doing it with her hands? It's gonna be awful. Oh.
Ed, don't push yourself.
Genuine question, would rain make this easier? Because you like wet the dirt and make it mud? I kind of don't know. Oh my god. Oh, you're gonna wash the hair to see what color it is. What color hair did she have? Black hair?
Mom's hair was a light chestnut color.
Oh, light chestnut. Okay. And this is black. Okay. Shit.
This feet and this pelvis, pretty sure it's male.
It is?
A male. Okay.
I'm sorry.
What kind of laugh is this? Trauma laugh?
That's it.
Or relief?
It really is impossible to bring the dead back to life. The undeniable truth.
Oh.
Not anymore. Now it's an emblem of hope.
Oh.
Al can be returned to normal.
Ooh.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Okay.
It has to do with when you tried to transmute your baby.
Oh.
I'm sorry to ask you this, but the child you transmuted, are you sure that it was your child? that
Well,
you
how
brought
can
back?
she be sure? Shit, man, this is so fucked.
Of course he didn't, and I didn't. Ah! What's
What?
wrong with me?
I died before he did, and I'm so sorry.
Ah.
Promise.
Oh my god. What?
I'm sorry.
Right.
You! What the hell are you doing?
Eating a delicious dinner.
Well, she looks like Knives right there. Like, she looks like Knives Chow.
How did this happen to you?
Ed, he'll be able to get his body back, right?
Yeah, of course he will. I told you I'm gonna get it back.
Edward's so confident. I like it.
This has actually convinced me we can return you to normal.
Okay.
Ed, are you sure?
Remember when Al and I got in a fight when we were kids about who'd marry you? Al told me you turned him down.
Mm-hmm. Turned you both down.
Whatever.
She said,
I just don't like men who are shorter than me.
No.
You can't judge a man for something he can't help!
That's so
See how
sad.
this is
Which means that it happened without a doubt. So now that we know you remembered something real,
True.
then we also know for a fact that really is Al bonded in there.
True.
Pulled you out. I've got a hunch that your body's still in there, and I can pull it out.
my
Oh.
body's still in the... like Barry's body.
Mmm.
Right. I knew it. Doesn't look like we're done with the truth yet, Al. Gotta get in there and pull your body out.
That's so risky though. You could lose so much.
After the...
You were inside of it?
Oh
It
shit.
was you?
So that means we didn't harm anyone else's soul after all.
Interesting. That's good, I guess. Oh.
You're onto something, aren't you?
Yes.
But even transmutation can change that fact.
Okay.
I thought that I must have missed something, but it was impossible to do in the first place.
There's some sort of comfort in that.
Ed,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Yeah. That means it's not your
So
fault.
what did teacher have to say?
I think you gave her peace of mind. It's horrible that she had to do that, but...
I thought I was the one who killed Mom a second time.
Oh.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. I wasn't the one who killed Mom after all.
Oh, this show gets me going.
Our child wasn't made to suffer twice because of me.
Oh, that's so sad.
Still, none of this changes
They
the
were
fact that
carrying
I'm the
that the
one
whole
who put you in
time.
that body.
But it's the same with being human. You never know when you might get sick or die in an accident.
Uh-huh.
So I can still get by like this. I can't take it anymore.
This episode's so good.
Because I can't take all the nights by myself.
Oh.
Sure, you're going to.
Alphonse is one of my favorite
Jerk on
characters.
his butt.
I love
Then
him.
we're gonna pull your body right out of that place.
What?
That's weird. Have his shoulders always been so broad?
Whoa, really? Is he winning you over? I'm always so surprised when I sit down and watch Fullmetal Alchemist how much I tear up in the episodes. It's like my attachment to Edward, Alphonse, and Winry is so strong. They did such a great job at getting me attached to them. Like, I feel like the series does such a great job at understanding emotions, characters' emotions. Like, the writer thinks about each character and how they feel about certain situations, and like they go in depth with that stuff. I feel like, that's a really hard thing to do, especially in a lot of a lot of anime. They're a big ensemble cast. There are lots of like characters, and they see things from different perspectives, and a lot of the time a show will dive into the main character's perspective really deeply, and will occasionally dip into some other perspectives and stuff. But I feel like this show is very good at like each of these characters. You can really, really dive deep into their psyche because the writer has thought like long and hard about it. It feels like it's something that I also would attribute a lot of the time to My Hero Academia, which like obviously I always have to preface when I talk about My Hero Academia because people these days are kind of like over it, and then like when it first came out I feel like people were super like, it was pretty well accepted that it was great, but people got over it and then started to shit on it, especially because of the fan base and a bunch of other stuff. But I still love MHA a lot, and I am still of the opinion that I love Horikoshi's writing. I think his writing is very thoughtful, and I like the way that each of his characters think about stuff. And I mean, it's fitting as well that this is another Bones show, so that ties in a little bit as well. But I've always felt that like a really cool thing that My Hero does is a lot of the time something will be going on, like there'll be things that are playing out, and then later we'll just see someone else's perspective on the situation, and they're like upset about it, or they were thinking about it differently. And when you go back and look at it, it makes a lot of sense in hindsight. But it's something that you could only arise through those, like, to figure that out once they talk about it, like I would try not to, I won't spoil MHA if you haven't seen it, but Froppy talking to all of them outside the dorm after the dorm, after they were getting used to the dorm in MHA, that was like a new perspective that was like really interesting, and you have to really understand the character to write that. And same with like all of Bakugo's stuff, especially like the Bakugo versus Midoriya second time or whatever. Like it delves deep into that character, and you see a new perspective on the events that we've already seen, and you're like, wow, this character's been carrying this trauma and we haven't even really thought about it. So that's what happens here, is like Alphonse, we're seeing his perspective on things, we're seeing Edward's perspective on things, we're seeing like I imagine we're gonna see the father's perspective on things as well, because he seems complex. There's something going on there. He wasn't just a douche. He was a douche, but he wasn't just a douche. There was some aspects there where I could see there's more to it than that, but I don't know what the more to it is yet. So we're gonna have to see, because I mean the mother said I couldn't keep my promise to him. So and then she also said I died before he did. So was the promise that she'll die after him? Because that's a sad promise. But like I don't know. So, but I have a feeling that that maybe the father was possibly doing all of this for Trisha somehow, but I don't know. I'm just reading the thing. Crazy revelation that the thing that they created wasn't Trisha, and that like it seems to tell us that death is permanent in this universe. And if they've confirmed that now, which Edward seems pretty confident in that theory now, if they've confirmed that like seals up a lot of holes, not holes in the story really, but like seals up a lot of potential things that they could run into in the future. Like if they had confirmed that death was kind of not permanent, then it's, you know, the characters have like an unsteady future and you could really bring back anyone, and like death would have less meaning here, which is still interesting, and you can still do that in a very interesting way, because it still has a price. Even if it doesn't have like permanency necessarily, it still has a heavy price to pay every time you die. It's kind of like in D&D. If you've ever played D&D, a decent amount of D&D. I play D&D like twice a week, in D&D, like once you get to a certain point in a campaign, you generally have like a high level cleric or something, and you have spells that make it so that if someone dies, you can bring them back, and you have a decent chance to be able to bring them back. And so people have tended to change the rules of D&D over time. A lot of people use the Matthew Mercer resurrection rules, which is basically like every time you try to resurrect someone, there's a small chance of failure, and every time you resurrect someone successfully, that chance of failure goes up. So it's like death still has a cost, and that cost is you're weakening their soul, and eventually their soul won't be able to return to the body. But for the most part in D&D, death is an inconvenience. People die, and that just means you have to pay a lot of money to bring them back. You pay them a lot of money, get some time, and whatever. So people tend to add their own stakes to it because of that. Sometimes death isn't the worst thing. Sometimes the worst thing is because you died, you had to make this horrible deal, or you know, because you died, you weren't able to save this other person who can't be brought back for one reason or another. You know, there's a lot of things like that. And it is like they had to do in the D&D movie, because of this, they had to make it so that if you're killed by a red wizard's blade, then you can't be resurrected. And they very specifically made that decision because we know that in the D&D world, resurrection is a thing that can happen. So instead they said like, but resurrection can't happen for this character, so it's important to know this character's dead, and there's no way to bring them back. Also, Winry doesn't like shorter men, which is very sad to me. But I really like that scene, the like sort of casualness of it, where Winry's like, yeah. I like that Edward was sort of awkward about it, but Winry and Alphonse, they were talking about it pretty casually. Because I feel like that's fair. You know, I think that there are like those topics can be awkward, but also if you don't let them be, and if you're good enough friends and you understand each other, and it's like we've moved past this, and you're like mature enough, you can just like talk about that stuff casually. Like, yeah, no, I wasn't gonna date you. And I like that. I like how the scene treated it. Like, it's still tough for Edward to talk about. But for Winry, she was like, yeah, I didn't want to date either of you, and it's because you're both shorter than me. But that's very sad. I would be so sad if there was like a girl who I considered the girl of my dreams, and I was shorter than her, and I found out like, oh yeah, I don't date guys shorter than me. I'd be like, fucking everything else is perfect. That's what screwed it up. Anyway, let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 21 of Fullmetal Alchemist. Let's jump into it.
Don't you ever give up on living. I need to know you can keep your cool no matter what happens.
Good job, Mustang.
Sir.
Since you were the one who abandoned his post.
Havoc! Oh, what the hell? Why are we even in the same room?
Okay, Havoc's not dead, by the way. That's good.
Lust. He killed Lust.
It's not too late.
Oh, we're seeing them grieve.
Father wants me to handle him.
Father. Okay. Alright.
I doubt that my body's getting any nutrients or any sleep either. So even if we get over there.
Winry.
I feel like in the portal it's gonna be preserved, maybe.
Now this I'm here and your body is over there. See, that might actually explain why I'm so sure.
You can't even say it.
He admitted it. He's starting to face reality.
Oh.
That seems a little far-fetched.
Well, what's your explanation?
It's a little weird.
You don't grow because you refuse to drink your milk.
Don't start with
I think
that
you also
again.
might just be a short guy.
Seems
It
like Brother
happens.
is always sleepy, resting from mine as well.
Huh.
You have
I hope so, at least.
Advance of the Fool.
So extreme caution is necessary at all times. And Full Metal, watch yourself.
Okay.
How about that, Colonel? I think you're gonna have to count me out.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a hospital. You're healing.
Your work
But you mean
requires
permanently?
legs, and I can't feel mine.
Oh. Yeah, okay, he's out.
Hello.
Hi.
Ends up being coroner.
Coroner, right.
Buddies, huh?
Oh, war buddies, my butt. More like accomplices. Incinerate. Did somebody get injured?
He's feeling
He was paralyzed.
responsible for it a bit, I think.
Is an automail an option?
The nerves in my lower spine are completely severed.
Oh.
And I can't make those out of steel.
Yeah, damn.
The retired life doesn't suit you.
Can't you just, like, be in a research capacity here?
Colonel.
Permission granted. Get going.
I like Mustang's voice.
The scenery was luminous and the women desirable.
It's an urgent bulletin for all state alchemists.
Good heavens.
Oh?
Les told me that when she found out I opened the portal.
Well, there's one piece of the puzzle.
One piece?
For alchemy sacrifices. So we'll have to beat an answer out of him.
Edward, wait!
What the? Is that Sergeant Brosh?
I'm glad I found you.
Important
Why
notice?
don't you?
Attention all military personnel. It has been verified that Scar has returned to Central.
Oh,
3 casualties have been reported.
Scar's here.
Confirmed as state alchemists.
Shit.
According to eyewitness with an X-shaped scar on his forehead.
Yep.
Other identifiable markings include a tattoo on his right arm.
That's him.
It was him.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, he's just put that together.
Full Metal Alchemist.
You're saying that Scar killed Winry's parents?
Yeah.
I couldn't stand to be the one to make her cry again.
Oh.
But there is another. We're gonna lure out the homunculi.
Oh, lure them
Leave us
out.
alive for their doubt they'll be willing to just stand by while Scar kills us.
You
Oh,
think so?
true.
Sounds like a pretty big gamble to me.
Gotten stronger in these past few months.
A little
What
bit.
happens if the homunculi... They're super strong and they pretty much can't die.
And you'd be weakened from Scar.
Was that hyperbole?
Oh my
Or are
god,
they
dude.
actually immortal?
Stop listening
Lock
in.
the windows.
Don't get me wrong, I am grateful for the help you've already given. But this,
You've got better
I mean,
odds
he's
if
in
not
it.
help.
He's in it for himself, but
I'm serious about
he won't be
this.
against you, I don't
This
think.
could be what rescues my clan.
He's like selfish but not evil. So I think we'll be
Alright,
fine. As far as I know, at
just
least.
remember,
What?
this for room service.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You know what? You should cancel that.
Yeah,
Let's just
stay
stick
around.
and relax.
Just in case we might need
I mean,
you.
it's just that, you know, well, they're even
Destroy.
Are you planning?
Oh my god.
I've got your soul, brother.
I'm glad he told her to stick around this time, though.
Hey, I could use your help with something.
That's right. Didn't he?
Damn.
Didn't lust immediately get to him? From memory?
Is that so?
I'm not dumb enough to think I have a chance. I'm useless.
You shouldn't have that attitude.
Don't try and tell me you need a pawn that can't move.
You're not dumb for having hope.
You don't have time to worry about me. You need to think about the promise you made to General Hughes instead of pitying me.
Oh. I just realized how ripped Havoc
Just let me get
is.
on with
But if he needs to retire, if it's too much for him now, let him retire.
Loose. I'll leave you behind so you can catch up.
Ah,
I've got to keep him, but I'll see you at the top.
oh, good line, man. I'll leave you behind so you can catch
He
up.
didn't even think about turning his back on me. Well, I don't know about that. This country needs a fool like that, man.
Mustang's so fucking cool.
Well, sorry's not gonna fix my stand.
Looks like you could use some help.
Oh, what the hell is going
It's a good
on?
thing I happen to alchemist at large. Well, that's not necessary, but thank you.
Could you please help me with my broken vase?
What are we looking at? Why are we watching this?
Why, no problem at all.
A little spike on it.
Friendly neighborhood state alchemist. I'm pretty sure everyone in Central knows my name by now.
Well,
Okay, so that
a
was
little over the top.
that actually happened, but that was more
When did
his
you
memory
become
of
so
it.
theatrical, Fulk?
I'm sure Dr. Marco.
Hold on. People are watching us.
Oh,
Get in.
yes, sir.
Second thought, let's get out. So what's with the showboating? Do you want him to find you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you forget the way he tore you apart in East City?
Ooh, sounds like you're kind of scared
Oh,
of Big Bad Scar.
what a weird-
Surprise, considering how useless you were against him. Was it raining when you got beat up and sent to the hospital? You're still useless.
I guess he got your in.
He's here.
You okay? Want to catch a few fish?
Oh, this is exciting.
We're using Brother as bait to lure out the homunculi.
So they just have to survive for a bit.
To them. But you can stop that from happening, can't you, Colonel?
Oh shit!
You, is that it?
Oh, cool.
Damn it! Everything's lost if those guys shoot Scar. How long can I keep this up?
It's so crazy that we're
Close.
actually trying to
You
keep
stupid
Scar
monkey.
alive.
All right, on to Sector 17. This is pretty fun. Come here.
Backup! Currently engaged with Scar!
Is it gonna be Bradley himself that comes to stop?
I smell the
Oh.
That's a strange presence.
So is it gonna be both Bradley and Guts? Not Guts. Gluttony. Guts. Oh! Nice. Nice.
Hi! How's it going? There's one pretty unusual body you've got there.
I sense your presence, and I can follow it.
Oh, this is exciting.
You're able to detect his presence, are you?
Oh no.
Well, that's quite the nuisance.
Oh no. Oh, this is bad. No! No!
No, Latvan!
Not her. Fuck you. You can't end the episode there. Man, I hope the ninja girl doesn't die. I like her a lot. It's a shame that whenever she shows up, it's like it's always gonna be because the other dude's around. I don't have their names in my head yet for some reason. I don't know why. I'm like I've been pretty okay with names in this series. I'm just trying to find. Okay, I've got the. Is it so? Ling Yao is the guy. Lan Fan, is that her? Is that who she is? I guess I could just. I can just see. Because I like her a lot. Yeah, Lan Fan, nice. So. Yeah, I like her a lot. I hope she's not dead because she's great. But it's really scary because like Bradley, I don't think those two can take Bradley and Gluttony, can they? Like I imagine they're good fighters. Yeah, like we've seen they're decent. They can hold their own. Can they hold their own against Bradley and Gluttony? I feel like they'd struggle against one of them, like 2v1. If they had Edward and Alphonse, I think those four could take down one of them. We could take down Gluttony for sure. Maybe Bradley. I don't know. I just feel like Bradley's so powerful. Because they keep showing how powerful he is. He's really scary. So him being here is dangerous, you know? I thought it would be maybe Gluttony and Envy would come to do this, but not Bradley. Damn, man. So they had the theory in this episode, and I'm pretty sure it's just a theory. I don't think they've in any way confirmed this. The theory of it's possible Edward, because like his soul is linked with Alphonse's, he is currently like sharing nutrients with his body, so he's keeping his body fresh and alive kind of in his own body. And part of that he thinks that's part of the reason he's short. It's funny, the idea of having that be like a plot line, the idea that he's short because he's sharing nutrients. Because like surely, you know, like that he could just be a short dude. And they also keep saying like, no, it's because you don't drink your milk. He might just be a short dude. But I mean, I say that I'm like reasonably, I mean, I'm slightly above average male height, I would say. I'm about 6 feet tall, you know. So and I drink a lot of milk. I mean, if it was only milk, if that was the one thing, I'd be 7 feet tall. I drink so much. So it's not that. I think he's just a short dude. But like sharing nutrients is actually like the short thing. I was like, maybe. But when Alphonse said like he also sleeps a lot, like maybe he's sleeping for the both of us, that does make sense to me. So that's possible. That also means like if he sleeps more often, the sad thing about that is like Alphonse has said like how lonely it is when he can't sleep, because he is basically has all these nights on his own, and that's like a big reason he wants his body back. The really sad thing is he spends most of his time with Edward, and if Edward sleeps more often, he's lonelier more often than if he was with anyone else, which is really sad. But hey, you know, they'll get his body back. Man, the Mustang line of like, okay, I'll leave you behind so you can catch up, is fucking great. Like the whole idea of like he's saying to Havoc like, you need a break, you can't be in this right now, and if this wasn't so important, I would stay back and I would wait for you. I would like not keep pressing forward. Unfortunately, this is so important that I'm going to have to keep pressing forward without you, but I trust in you. I believe that you're going to get over this hump and you're going to catch up with me later, which is awesome. That's like, it's a line that shows Mustang's determination as well as like this overwhelming trust. Like he has no doubt that Havoc will be able to shake this whatever funk he's in, because like it's not just about the fact that he's injured and the fact that he can't use his legs, but it's like it's about the emotional toll that took on him and how that has affected him. He's at a point where he's like preemptively giving up, and Mustang saying like you shouldn't give up yet. Like we don't know what you're capable of yet. Let's work hard to see what you can do. And so now Mustang's just like saying, look, I'm gonna leave it to you. You do what you can, and I know that you'll be with me at the end. That's so great. I love it. And it's also really interesting, this idea of like luring Scar out so that you can also lure the homunculi to them. It's a really cool idea, and it's kind of scary that Edward is having to fight Scar now and purposefully like make sure no one comes for backup for him, so that it like he really does have a chance of dying, which tells me that like at this point in the show, they probably could just straight up defeat Scar if they wanted to. Like they could be fighting Scar and get back up and take him down. They're actively making sure to keep him alive so that they can do this. So that's really interesting as well. This show's got some good ideas, and I really like it. I'm having a great time. So that was episodes 20 and 21 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Support the video and the channel if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account down in the description below if you want full-length, early access, and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.